Hello, wow, not bio, you're Eco. Hi, Eco. So this is the second set of notes for this week. This is population concepts and impacts on the environment. This is going to focus more on our animals. So as we know from our studies in like other units, species will evolve to be more successful in their environment, and they do occupy their different niches. I know we just kind of glanced over niches when we left, but remember that they can share the same habitat, they can share the same food source, but they have different behaviors. So they're going to be hunting during different times of the day. Therefore, they do occupy different niches. So you've got this barn owl versus this golden eagle right here that are hunting the same things in the same location, but they're technically different niches. So you've also got changes in your environment that are going to denote where they are going to be able to survive. Again, you've seen this picture. This is third or fourth time you've seen this image. So you've got the change in depth. You've also got their change in their physical attributes and their adaptations to allow them to be in different niches, to get different food sources, and to be able to have different feeding behaviors. So they're going to have their fluctuations in populations depending on how stable the environment is, and they can also those changes in fluctuations can also have a massive change on the environment itself. So remember, looking at this, you've got the difference between an organism. This is just an individual. A population is our next one. So this is one species of animals or plants in the same location. Community is same location, multiple different species. So here we've got deer and we've got these bluebirds. And then you've got your ecosystem. So you have your community and all of your abiotic factors as well. So the number of individuals is known as an ecological density. So looking at this population of wildebeest, we're looking at not a very dense population. We've got this population of Thompson's gazelle, so you can see these two individuals. But if I'm talking about the population of wildebeest, we're only talking about this location and this species. So there's a lot of different things that can influence their size and density of the population. So not only how many individuals, but also how many in a specific location. So populations in nature are rarely stable. They can look stable, but they're still going to have minor fluctuations throughout the years. Generally, all animals are going to produce offspring. It is a biological compulsion. It is hardwired into the brain, and they do it no matter what. So if the conditions are right and if they're allowed, organisms are going to reproduce at the fastest rate possible in order to ensure the survival of their species. So the more offspring an organism has, the better off the chance for their genes to get passed on to the next generation, and therefore the survival of the species. They logically don't know this. They don't understand any of this, but they know that they need to get their genes to the next generation. So the type of growth is called exponential growth if they're allowed to just reproduce without any issues. So no hunting, unlimited amounts of food, all of that stuff. But it doesn't happen in nature. Um, Nature just simply doesn't have those ideal conditions. So they don't have unlimited resource. They don't have unlimited space. They usually have some kind of predator, or a lot of them they can be susceptible to diseases, especially if you have more individuals. So all of these reasons makes it so you're only going to have a certain threshold of individuals in a population in a location. That is called the carrying capacity. So you've also got inbreeding as well, and so that can create some diseases within the population just by inbreeding. So usually they avoid that. So increases in populations, we've got the growth of populations. It's going to occur because of an abundance of factors. You've got all of your biotic and abiotic factors in here as well. So your food, your water, your habitats, um, all of that stuff. You've also got higher growth rate leading to more offspring per mating. So instead of having a litter of like 3, you can have a litter of 5. And if each of your litters is higher than average, you're going to have a faster growth rate, a much higher growth rate.